We back in it, y'all. We gotta talk about this P. Diddy situation, y'all. We're gonna wait till people get in here so we can get this live going, get this stream, because we got a lot to talk about. It is not looking good right now, y'all, for P. Diddy. Straight up. Let me give it a little bit. So we gotta talk about this, y'all. P. Diddy right now is going through a hard time. His career ain't looking too bright. All right? P. Diddy is going through, how I call it, a rejection from society based on his actions, and he's getting held accountable. And this all started from Cassie, y'all. This all started from Cassie. And we gotta talk about his little drug mule, Brandon Johnson, or Brandon, and also Young Miami, because they both got a lot to play in. Because today, just if everyone didn't know, P. Diddy's drug mule has been stopped at the airport. Now, if y'all don't know who this person is, his name's Brandon. We're gonna get him on the camera real quickly. This is him. This guy was caught trying to move drugs for P. Diddy on an airplane. Now, guys, you guys understand, from all the allegations with Rodney Jones already putting out statements and his lawsuits and the whole photos revealing what happened with Rodney Jones throughout the whole year of him working on the Love album with Sean Diddy Combs, even more shows, more evidence. Now, I think he's probably shitting his pants or worried about what's going on, but he's definitely worried because this video footage of him getting stopped at the airport, taking a bunch of evidence, whether or not people want to believe it or not, but the feds took all the electronics. What do you think all these are on those electronic devices, y'all? Let's be real. What do you guys think is on those electronic devices? I'm gonna tell you what's on those devices. All them freak-offs, them photos, and all them parties of what Diddy got in trouble. And I even got some of the stuff from Diddy vs. Jones' report. Here's some of it right here. See, look it. As you see, Sean Diddy Combs, Thanksgiving Day, before invites Mr. Jones into his restroom, attempted to force him to take cocaine. You see that? This is the Rodney Jones lawsuit against P. Diddy. Young Miami, her female cousin, who sexually assaulted Mr. Jones on Thanksgiving Day of 2022. Guys, the photos are there. It's all in Rodney Jones' report. This ain't nothing to sugarcoat or hide or nothing to fabricate. You feel me? P. Diddy's got a lot. He's got a lot of explaining to do. So basically what he was doing was he had 3 cribs, right? He has one in Miami, one in LA, and one in New York. And from what I'm getting is that he basically manipulates people to get in the industry and basically has them do weird sexual favors, because at the end of the day, he was prostituting Young Miami and paying her monthly, allegedly. And you gotta think about that, y'all. If he's got Young Miami tricking and this white dude, Brandon, whatever, selling drugs, going on a plane, I mean, come on, like, what else do you think he's got going on? He definitely did all this stuff. This video footage of him having underage women come over the crib. Now, if you go online and look at the news, people talking in front of P. Diddy's house, they all saying the same thing. Everyone's saying the same thing. They seen people come over the crib, parties, underage women, whatever, or women come over, whether they were underage or not, or whatever. Some people are now assuming, and there are minors in this accusing P. Diddy of. And this furthermore is going to bring more people out. And people don't understand this is just the beginning, because it's not just P. Diddy that's getting in trouble, y'all. Meek Mill got something to do with this too. French Montana. A lot of these weirdos be behind closed doors doing all this weird shit. And now they're getting exposed because I'm telling you, once he settled with Cassie, that was it. It basically was an admission of guilt. You literally paid her like $55 million to settle. And that went out to the public. Everyone got to see this, y'all. Like, real shit. Like, there's really nothing I can say about P. Diddy besides good luck. Furthermore, with everything going on today, with your drug mule getting caught up at the airport, and now he's going viral, I mean, bro, all these people are going to snitch on him. Like, do you understand? This man's career is over. Like, if you're a Diddy fan, or if you ever was liking Diddy's music, I mean, straight up, you gonna have to figure something else out because homeboy's getting locked up. He ain't coming out. Straight up. Like, as of right now, he's definitely gonna have some more charges coming. And on top of it, since the raid happened, there's been 4 Jane Does and 1 John Doe. Figures, right? You wonder why? I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because ever since he settled with Cassie and proved he had money and paid all that money up front, everyone's been in his pockets. Everything with basically Rodney Jones is basically all sexual assault and abuse. Diddy's trying to harm him, having women trying to sleep with him, and some of this stuff I do think is a little played off because at the same time, like, Rodney Jones could have told a female or whoever no, or just honestly, like, if he really didn't want to be bothered, he could have just stopped going to P. Diddy's house, like, straight up. Like, at the end of the day, and also him being forced to sleep with a woman, like, come on, bro. Like, stop it, bro. Like, I've never, like, just stop it, bro. I never heard of this shit, bro. He said he was forced to sleep with a woman, and he's upset about that. Fuck is wrong with these people, bro? Like, straight up. And on top of it, everything with all these celebrities like Meek Mill now trying to have his lawyer come out and give a statement and speak on shit that's going on when, to be honest with you, his name wasn't really been dragged up really into the mix except for him being at the parties and hanging around Diddy and having all these weird ass fucking, I don't even know what to say, like, moments. Like, why is Meek Mill in the pool and Diddy's calling you daddy and all this weird stuff, yo? Like, this is why I'm saying, like, P. Diddy's career is going down. He can't come back from this, y'all. Like, there's no way this man's coming back from this. Like, straight up. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'll give it honestly, like, because they're still gonna work up a case. They already have a case. They got already probably enough evidence, but they're gonna get more because that's how the feds work. And the feds got a 95% conviction rate. So regardless, like, P. Diddy's screwed. He ain't getting out of this shit. Like, straight up, he ain't getting out of this shit. So until he actually takes accountability and owns up to what he's got to owe, because, like, at the end of the day, the Rodney Jones is, like I said, it's mainly just money. P. Diddy wasn't trying to pay him, and he wanted his publishing, and he was working on the Love album with them. So, I mean, shit, I don't blame him. And P. Diddy got a bag. He clearly got money, and he running off with people. I mean, shit, I don't blame him. On top of it, you trying to sexually assault him in the studio? Like, what do you think's gonna happen, bro? P. Diddy, ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely don't understand what's going on. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not just P. Diddy. There's more people involved. Like, people gotta understand, like, regardless of P. Diddy being the main picture of the media of the person and having the main person getting sued, there's more people involved. Clive Davis, all these other big billionaires and other millionaires are be doing weird shit behind closed doors. Like, y'all gotta treat them the same way because they came to this dude's house definitely deep. And we gotta talk about that whole little flight that he had. That was all set up. Let's be honest, y'all, because he wasn't even on the plane. He didn't even leave the country. This whole time, everyone is thinking because that plane left and flew across the United States to some island, everyone assumed that basically that he was on that plane. P Diddy was not on that plane, y'all. To be honest with you, if I had to guess, he probably was moving stuff for the feds to not find work, drugs, or something because his boy Brandon got caught today at the airport trying to get move some drugs, one of his drug mules. So there you go. And then on top of it, that plane I think was a disguise because everyone thought he was in Antigua. Diddy ain't no Antigua. The next day later, what we see a video of him in Florida at the whatever airport trying to leave. He ain't leaving. He walking around stressed out, walking back and forth, ain't doing shit. Because I'm telling you, he knows it's over. And ain't no money in the world gonna save him from this shit, y'all. Ain't no money in the world gonna save P. Diddy from this, y'all. And you gotta understand, like, he's gotta be held accountable. And it's not because people think, oh, whatever, he made good music or he was set up or this is some Illuminati shit. No, bro. This is what happens when people get money hungry and get money and try to take advantage of the power that they have. That's what the fuck's going on here, y'all. I've seen the videos of the dude and making the band. Dude's freaking out, running in the studio, screaming, he's invincible, this and that. Like, who the fuck do you think you are, bro? Like, straight up, Diddy, like, real shit. I don't even give a fuck how rich you are. Like, who comes off like that? Like, you're not even humble with it. Like, you did make good music, great hits, and you've developed great artists, but even the whole thing with Justin Bieber and Usher. Like for people gotta understand about that. That dude really groomed the shit out of them too. And honestly, they haven't said much about it. Usher's been more outspoken and has shared bits and pieces, but Justin Bieber hasn't shared shit. And you wonder why. And you see the position Justin Bieber and Usher are in. Usher just performed at the Super Bowl last year. You see? I'm telling you, y'all, it's bigger than this. This is the program. And Diddy thought he was bigger than the program. So this is what happens. And I'm not surprised, y'all. Straight up, I'm not surprised. We're gonna see more lawsuits come out of the woodwork. We're probably gonna see even more revealing photos and video footage. And at the end of the day, this is stuff that all could have been avoided if P. Diddy literally, and I mean literally, just paid off these people before they tried to sue him. That's all it is. Because this is all money at the end of the day. Because I bet you if he settles with, not saying, I mean, it might be possible. I don't know how his business is. We got to talk about his pockets in a little bit. But if he settled with everybody, this shit would all be gone. It'd all be gone. You guys would just hear so-and-so got settled with every single time until there's no more people that want to sue him. You feel me? It's like old baggage, but at the same time, he did do weird, bad shit. So you gotta be held accountable. It is what it is, and money can't solve everything. To some people, it may, but in the general person that really got traumatized and bothered by that shit, ain't no amount of money gonna solve that shit. Straight up. And me personally, from how I feel with some of these lawsuits, I personally feel like a lot of it has to do with money. I'm not saying it didn't happen. Some of this stuff probably, definitely, most likely happened. But I'm just saying the come out like years later with some of this stuff and these photos and these videos is crazy, y'all. But it is what it is, and Diddy's got to be held accountable. You got to understand, because now we can talk about his business. Homeboy's going to be running out of money soon. He just sold some of his shares to Revolt. Now, if y'all didn't know, Diddy had got a lot of partnerships with liquor brands, TV brands, commercials, as well as, obviously like water brand like Alkaline. So with that, that's obviously a big bag, but you got to understand, they ain't messing with dudes who are being accused of trafficking people, trafficking drugs and minors and things of that nature. That they're not promoting that. So, yeah, he sold all his shares to Revolt. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of these companies start cutting them because at the same time, they don't want a bad reputation. And that's why Diddy hasn't really even been speaking on much. The only person that has spoken for Diddy recently was his lawyer. And his lawyer gave a statement. I'm going to look it up right now here so you guys can hear it. P. Diddy Lawyer's statement. And it's not, you know, it's not much, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, we'll see. Sean Diddy Combs. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. So we got to talk about this nonsense. He said, yesterday there was a gross overuse of military level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residence. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force or hostility exhibited by authorities, or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs never detained but spoke and cooperated with authorities. So as you guys see, they already spoke to him. He's already cooperated with authorities. They already talked to him. See? Despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor any of the family members have been arrested, nor their ability to travel has been restricted in any way. So you guys got to understand, this stuff that they got going on, like I said, he hasn't even been arrested yet. He hasn't been put in cuffs. Honestly, like, they're just lawsuits. These are allegations. He's still, I guess, innocent till proven guilty, or how most people say, he's guilty till proven innocent. Either way, no matter way you look at it. So, despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor his families have been arrested, nor have their ability to travel has been restricted in any way. This unprecedented ambush, paired with advanced coordinated media presence, leads to premature rush of judgment of Mr. Combs. So let's just stop right there. Ain't no one prejudging nothing. You gotta understand, the prejudge, like, it's one thing to judge, and then there's one thing to visually see things. Now, in Jones's lawsuit, you can see things. There's photos, like, there's pictures, there's names. Like, these people have been accused and they have to prove their innocence. I don't think the media has presented a bad light on P. Diddy, as more as himself exposing himself and doing bad business with people. At the end of the day, like I said, this all wouldn't have happened if he settled his business with these people behind closed doors. Right is right, wrong's is wrong. He's still wrong for what the fuck he's did, but at the same time, if he didn't want to have it get to this level or extent, he could have paid all these people off and avoided all this shit. Haven't done bad business to start out with. Wouldn't have even been in this situation. Let's continue. Paired with an advanced, coordinated media presence, lead to a premature rush of judgment of Mr. Combs. Nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in a civil lawsuit. There has been no findings of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. So I'm going to let you guys quickly see that real quickly. That's basically what I read. And you guys got to understand that P. Diddy, you know, he's not going to speak. So obviously his lawyer is going to speak. And that's fine. That's cool. And that is what it is. But you got to understand, all this stuff that they're trying to, I want to say, present or make it seem like, it just doesn't, it's just not going to fly with me, bro. Like, you got to understand, Diddy, like, you done went across the whole 2023 being silent, quiet, doing all this stuff. You're not talking. You've been hiding, ducking and diving, getting everyone worked up. And now that you've been caught, I mean, shit. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this, because like I said, a lot of this stuff to me is, you know, it's crazy, because me personally, like, I felt like if it really came down to it, they really could just arrest him and lock him up. But I feel like they're searching for more than just him. It's not just him. Like, it's more than just him, because they didn't arrest his kids. They didn't arrest none of his family. Like they said, like I just read, there's no travel ban, no restriction, none of that. So clearly, like I said, he's still like free. He's you know, ain't nothing happened to him. Hasn't even been touched. Honestly, he just talked to the authorities and cooperated, which I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? But with his whole drug mule, which we gotta talk about, that dude, I'm telling you, That's also gonna get in trouble. And 50 Cent too. I guess 50 Cent's baby mother's named in the case. And you gotta understand, y'all. Now that makes me starting to wonder why 50 Cent and Diddy got this whole beef thing going on. Because even that, like, I don't know if y'all heard about that. Yeah, 50 Cent, his baby mother's named in the case. Now, whether or not, 50 was aware of what's going on with Diddy and so, but at the end of the day, this shit is bigger than just P. Diddy. A lot of these industry cats are tied in and wrapped into this weird ass shit going on. And they getting mad because people exposing them on this stuff. You gotta understand. I see what's going on. Everyone trying to make their accounts private, delete shit, not speak on shit. Meek Mill's getting lawyered up, and he even getting like no lawsuits been filed against him. This dude's crazy. Like, he's really nervous as hell. He's shaking. And I also want to give a big shout out to Young Chop, because at the end of the day, Young Chop was speaking the truth about these goofy ass rappers before. Young Chop was telling us all this shit back in the day, and everyone thought he was crazy. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Young Chop, man. Me and Young Chop got hella songs from back in the day when I was working with his rap group, Chop Squad. You know what I'm saying? And R.I.P. his brother, Johnny Maycash, straight up. R.I.P. Johnny. But real talk, Young Chop was right, man. He spoke on all this shit back in the day, and everyone was saying he was on drugs, crazy, he was tweaking out, dude lost his mind. Nah, bro. The fact of the matter is, when people speak on the truth, some people don't want to accept the truth. The truth of the matter was Meek Mill, P. Diddy, French Montana, all these dudes are goofies, clowns. Young Chop Ben said that these dudes are trying to be all, you know what I'm saying, all weird and gay and shit with like Drake and all this other stuff. And everyone called him a drug addict. He went crazy, this and that. He's going crazy because he lost his mom. Nah, bro. He's really been with these people and seen all this shit. This is real shit that's going on. And a lot of your favorite rappers and people you look up to are doing some crazy ass shit behind closed doors that you wouldn't be surprised. It's all fun and games. You hear the music, you laugh, you listen to their music, you go to their concerts. Next you find out they trafficking half of the industry. And what do you guys expect? Nothing. You feel me? Now, you gotta understand, with P. Diddy, he's definitely gonna be interrogated by the feds again, and same with his kids. Now, his kids, they were handcuffed. All the light-skinned one and the dark-skinned one. I know one's King Combs, and I forget the other one, but regardless of that, they both were handcuffed, and they're now released. But his whole family, they're all gonna get investigated. Ain't no way, no sway they ain't gonna investigate these people, y'all. Straight up. And I wouldn't put it past them if half of these people that get interrogated snitch on them, tell on them, and give it all up. Because I'm telling you, ain't no one trying to go to jail for P. Diddy, y'all. Ain't no one trying to go to jail for P. Diddy. Nobody. I bet none of these people, none of these famous members gonna go to jail for P. Diddy. I wouldn't go to jail for P. Diddy. You feel me? Ain't no one going to jail for P. Diddy. And you know what the worst part is? And this is how you know how the industry is so fake, right? Even if he is guilty and wrong, right? Hear me out, right? Even if he's guilty and wrong, notice how no one in the industry, right, has came out and said they trying to help him or say like, oh, he's wrong, or those parties, they were never like that. It's not true. He was never like that. He just makes music. He just goes to the studio. Man, they all know P. Diddy's weird ass was doing weird ass shit in that studio. This man was trying to hook up with the whole industry. He's grooming Usher. He's grooming Justin Bieber. And ain't a damn thing gonna stop him. Everyone knows it. Straight up. And I just feel bad for the simple fact that people really like was trying to be blinded about this shit for like years. Like, I remember growing up listening to P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone grew up listening to P. Diddy. Everyone thought he's one of the upcoming black billionaires. He is a black billionaire, but like, this man's just doing weird shit. Like, even in the lawsuit, it even said at one point he was in the corner watching some dude or a little Rod try to hook up with some dude or a girl, and he's just sitting in the corner, just hooking up and jacking off in the corner. Like, bro, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, if Diddy, if you ever see this video, like, you need to get some help, bro. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but seeing you start from up here, go all the way down to here, just shows me like, damn, man, your whole career you just been just trafficking drugs and trafficking people, and all these people that you've been trafficking are just like, honestly, like they just innocent, depressed people that ain't got nothing going on, and they was just hoping to get some luck to get in the industry, and you basically just used them and abused them. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. At least, like, but you got to be honest, because, like, this is like some R. Kelly shit. You can't be in denial because you're not speaking on it. It just makes you seem more guilty. And watch when these Jane Does and other people come out and sue him, and all these lawsuits come out, he's probably going to settle them. I was just going to keep it running, let this narrative keep going and going until the feds really get on his ass. He needs to actually walk into court, because once we see and hear Diddy going into court over some charges and shit, that's when you know it really got real and his ass is really going to be taking some heat. Because at the end of the day, this drug mule dude, he's telling. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why does Diddy have this dude as a drug mule? Like, he literally looks like a junkie. Like, bro, he literally looks like a junkie. Like look at him. Like, we'll put on camera. Like, this dude looks like a junkie. And then look at P. Diddy, y'all. Look at him. You giving this dude drugs? This just like in high school. He gonna tell on you. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. The game's fucked up. And all I've realized is that a lot of these, this is why I don't like mess with a lot of industry people or care for a lot of these industry niggas, because at the end of the day, like, they're really like stuck up. They got all these weird gay ass things going on for people desperate for money. They got these, and the thing is too, they seek these like weak-minded people to do these things to, like people that got no motivation, nothing going for them. They're looking for a quick dollar or something to get them on, and you're that person to give them opportunity, and then people like P. Diddy just suck them dry. And then these people never want to trust no one ever again. They don't want to ever make music, get into the industry, do no type of business because of people like P. Diddy, y'all. And honestly, the industry gets a bad rep because of people like P. Diddy. Seriously, because it's just like, that's really what it shouldn't be about. Don't get me wrong. Like, the industry got a lot of gay shit going on, but this definitely tops it off. This dude trafficking everybody and their mama out of them 3 mansions, like straight up. I don't even know how we got away with it for so long. Like, he's honestly like, this is like some Jeffrey Epstein level shit. He don't got an island, but he got a house. He got mansions all over the New York, Miami, LA, and he's just moving people left and right, straight up. And there's really nothing I can say about it, you know. And going forward, I mean, do I think that, you know, he needs to go to jail for a long time? I mean, yeah, if he did all this shit, I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do. But at the same time, like, P. Diddy 54 years old, like, these type of charges, he's looking at 10 to 20, 30 years plus. If he can even beat some of them, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, easily like 20, 30 years plus. He got like 20, 30 different charges. Like trafficking, the drugs, all these different people of sexual assault. All those people are different charges. Like, there's like legit 30, 20 people that are suing him. Half of them are John Doe, half of them are John Does, Jane Does, and John Does. Like, you can't even keep up with how many lawsuits this man has. Like, straight up, someone should look this up. Like, if P. Diddy is the first rapper to have the most lawsuits within 2023, straight up, Because I'll give it to him. I think P. Diddy has the most lawsuits ever for any rapper in a year. Like back to back to back, nonstop. Like from different people, not even from the same person, just different people. Like this dude tops it off. Ain't no way no one beating that, y'all. God. And you gotta understand, he threw away his whole life for this shit. And that's the worst part. People would die to be in this situation, and he's over here abusing people, and people like Cassie. You see how Cassie's doing now that she got that 55 million. She's not really stunting, she's not talking, she ain't doing much. But she did make a statement, and her lawyer make a statement saying that they are willing to cooperate if need be for further investigation, which means people are willing to snitch on you, Diddy. And that's the worst part about this, him having all these parties, man. All these parties, man. And we got to talk about that. Because him having all these parties led to people in his business. And we got to get into the report. So we got to talk about these parties. So first of all, Kevin Hart, there's a video on YouTube where Kevin Hart basically has a microphone and he's walking through Diddy's whole mansion. I know everyone's seen it's an old video. But it goes back to the Ronnie Jones thing is where I'm trying to make a point. He has all these people coming and he's recording them and basically trying to manipulate them to do all these weird things. But at the same time, he doesn't understand. He's letting everyone in his business. And he thinks he's going to have mind control over all these people he's inviting over to the crib? Like, what do you think was going to happen? I just don't get it, people. I really don't. On top of it, like, the fact that this is basically the New York district attorney coming after P. Diddy, there's no way he's going to get out of this. Like, and he looks stressed out, man. Like, the recent pic that they had of him, he looks stressed out because he knows that his time's coming soon, y'all. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be good, y'all. Like, straight up. Like, people think this whole industry is a game. Like, it's not a game. It's really not a game. Because, like, you got to understand, these dudes over here working with these billionaires and people above them be doing just as bad shit, too. And I'm telling you, with the Clive Davis and even Jay-Z, now people, they're having things with Jay-Z coming out. Now, since P. Diddy's been sued, I won't lie, Meek Mill and Jay-Z have been really put up top with certain things. People are calling out Jay-Z saying that he's even worse. And you got to think, like, people that you wouldn't even think of from back in the day that used to grow up and listen to are out using and abusing and tricking on people straight up. And they got nothing to say for it. They're just mad that they get caught. And if they got the money, they'll pay it off. Because I'm telling you right now, I think Jay-Z might be next. Straight up, people. I'm going to be honest with you. He was caught, him and Beyonce, allegedly trying to leave, I guess, for some vacation somewhere. And they was caught in Florida taking some flights somewhere. Now, it's just a coincidence. But regardless of that, it's the same thing. Like, all these celebrities now are like lawyering up and backing up ever since P. Diddy's been put to the fence and the wall. But not one of them has came out and denied the lawsuits or said any of the allegations were false or fake. Everyone's just saying it, like, you know, everyone's saying basically just like not really speaking on it, but just saying, oh, everyone's trying to put down another black man, this and that. And at the same time, some of it might, but at the same time, nah, bro. Your boy got caught red-handed. And this is why Ronnie Jones is suing Motown Records, Love Records, Universal Records, and I don't blame him. He ought to keep suing the shit out of him. More money, more power. At the end of the day, Diddy still owes that man his publisher and his money for that Love album. And that's honestly what that whole thing's about. Like, it's crazy, y'all, because at the end of the day, this all could have been avoided. And I just think that now him getting caught on broad daylight on footage at the freaking airport, pacing back and forth, and that woman got him on screen recording his ass. Yo, He definitely froze. He was shook. He definitely didn't even like him seeing that footage now. Definitely woke his ass up. He knows he's being watched by everyone. Everyone's definitely trying to see what Diddy's got going on, especially because he has been posting on social media since Cassie sued his ass from the jump. That's the truth. Ain't ain't no one really been, you know what I'm saying, like hounding him or really, you know what I'm saying, bothering him. But I still think it's still like crazy in my mind that he thinks that this is just all gonna go away. His lawyer's gonna make a statement, and all this and that. It ain't gonna go away like that. And like I said, I'm gonna show you guys some more pictures from the Rodney Jones. If you haven't seen the lawsuit, this is some of it. I can't show you some of it, but as you see, P. Diddy did this stuff, y'all. All these women, these numbers, as you see, look at this. Following the phone number of another sex worker that Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to solicit to perform sex acts with at his home in Miami, Florida. So, once again, guys, like it's right there in the proof. Like, Rodney Jones literally has this whole thing. You ready for this? This is the craziest thing. Ready for this? Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominance and control over Mr. Jones. He promised him a Grammy. And don't get me wrong, Diddy, I think, is on the board of, I think, some nominee of the Grammys or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Regardless, he promised this man a Grammy and promised him producer of the year for the Love album, and he offered him $250K to purchase all the instruments he wanted. He promised him ownership of his $20 million property, One Star Island in Miami, Florida. He promised access to a record label executives like defendants like Lucian Charles and Grange and Ethiopia. All these people, all these random people that Diddy basically promised this kid, Rodney Jones. And like honestly, he basically just sold him a dream. Like, don't get me wrong, he probably was not like saying he was fanned out. He already knows how these people are, but I'm saying like if he was telling you all this shit and you're in that studio making all this work, boy, you're probably gonna keep doing it thinking you're gonna get that bag. P. Diddy's trying to play his cards right. This man told him that and he really fell for that. Hell no, he didn't do that shit. This man ran off on the plug, he made that album. And it did get, I think Diddy was nominated, the Love album was nominated, but it didn't win a Grammy. So either way, you know? So it just goes to show, even when you try to do right, wrong shit happens. Because Rodney Jones tried to do right by P. Diddy, and as you see, P. Diddy's trying to do sexual favors, take people's artwork, credit, music, and all this other crazy shit. And you wonder why him and French Montana had some weird ass relationship. And people didn't even realize that. Right. Y'all need to look that up. French Montana and P. Diddy, y'all. This dude, P. Diddy, is alone in the room, or he comes out and, it's French Montana, first off, basically half naked in the room, right? Sitting in a chair, and P. Diddy walks in the room in a bathrobe with a cape. And then the dude literally sings happy birthday to French Montana. If you don't think that's the most weirdest shit going on, man, I don't know what the fuck you think is going on over here. That's some weird ass shit. P. Diddy's got some explaining to do, man. That dude's a hornball or something. He must be always excited or something, because this dude's hitting on everybody as soon as they walk through the fucking crib. Like damn, bro, you gotta control yourself. Like, I know now he's definitely depressed. He looking stressed out as hell, but damn, bro, he really hurt. Because you got to understand the fact that these people actually, like, still fuck with him and was fucking with him for years even makes me wonder, like, damn, bro, Meek Mill and French Montana, like, what's really going on with y'all? Like, y'all really down bad. Like, y'all really had to let P. Diddy touch y'all booty hole to get some money? That's what we doing here now? That's what we doing here? You see why this is why I'm not really, like, feel bad for him that the feds did this, because Now the feds have all these electronics. This is what's gonna happen. They're gonna get all the video footage that they need, all the photos, and watch this stuff come out to the public, and it's gonna be some heart-wrenching, revealing shit. Cause I'm telling you, there's definitely evidence on that shit, and I bet you some of that stuff has stuff from when Cassie was around, and I bet you he did not want people to see that. That might have been why he sent that plane to Antigua. He probably sent some stuff on that plane over there and told whoever to take whatever off the plane and hide it somewhere in Antigua. I bet you that's definitely what happened, y'all. Straight up. And we got to figure out, too, first of all, why did that plane even get flown there if P. Diddy wasn't on that? Ain't no blogger, no one said nothing that was suspicious yet. The fact that one of his planes flew to an island with him not on it. Who was on the plane? Who was on the plane? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And that's what everyone needs to wonder out. Think about that. The dude was still in Florida, but the plane went off. Even if he wasn't, even as you heard, he's not a flight risk. He can leave, but he didn't leave. But his own personal plane left somewhere. What do you think? Why? What do you think? What do you think? For what reason? That's what people need to understand. Why did P. Diddy do this? People need to think about that stuff, y'all, because some of this stuff isn't adding up. You don't just own a private jet and just send private jets off randomly for no reason. You don't. That's what I'm saying. There's real reasons and real shit for why P. Diddy is getting caught up. And I like I said, I don't feel bad for him. I feel like he did it to himself, y'all. I really do. I really do. Ain't no way, no sway you can tell me that he couldn't have avoided none of this. He could have avoided all this shit. He chose to deal with this shit. That's his choice. And then on top of it, you trafficking Young Miami. The fact that Young Miami's selling coochie on the side for P. Diddy and they were paying her a monthly fee, just think about that. Think about that. She ain't got nothing going. Clearly her music ain't selling, ain't nothing selling. Like, come on. And then in the Rodney Jones lawsuit, he said that her and her sister or cousin tried to sexually assault him and grope him. And this man was freaked out about that. Y'all got me playing over here about this shit. Y'all got me playing, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy. This is why I'm like not surprised that ever since Young Chop left, and then this whole thing with Meek Mill and P. Diddy and French Montana and now Jay-Z and Usher and Justin Bieber, Cassie. There's a whole list of celebrities at this point that all been around P. Diddy. They've all just been hiding this secret for years. And this whole time they just put on a false narrative. And we gotta talk about this, y'all. What do you think is gonna happen once Diddy has to go to court? What do you think is gonna happen? You think he's gonna settle with all these people? Be honest. Do you think he can afford to pay off all these Jane Does and John Does and all these civil lawsuits? Because right now they're civil now, but I mean, they're definitely going to change probably to federal, because at this time the human trafficking, his partner getting caught with drugs at the airport. Like, bro, your own partner's slipping, bro. How does your own partner that you have around and you doing business with for years and you have them doing all this under the table weird shit get caught? You see what I'm saying? And you don't think that boy's not gonna tell? That dude Brandon is gonna tell. He gonna tell. And no one's gonna feel bad for you or like get mad at that dude's telling, because he's a civilian. Ain't no raid, no sway. You're supposed to be having that dude involved in no business like that. P. Diddy, like, that's your fault. You slipped on that. That's your fault for involving Brandon in your business. That was business that Brandon shouldn't have been involved in. So Brandon about to give you up. So that's what that is. Other than that, this whole trafficking, sex porn on his PC, that's what the main thing that has been told has been going around in the media. And I don't think a lot of people know about that. When the feds first raided his mansions and they got the electronic devices, the first thing they found was a bunch of porn. Like, And don't get me wrong, that's very like vague. That can range from underage porn and all this gay porn, this and that, like just random videos of just random people performing acts on each other too. Like this is the weird thing. This man's keeping video footage of people to blackmail them and blackball them in the industry. That's 100% why he had all this shit. On top of it, he probably watching this stuff in his own time by himself. Because at this point, I know for a fact, besides Usher being a freak, P. Diddy's a freak. P. Diddy is a freak. You can't put it past me at this point. You can't put it past me. Like, straight up, like, I ain't never seen somebody get in this much type of trouble, especially overdoing, like, traffic. Like like the drugs is one thing, and the abuse of like women and dudes. Like I can see him beating up some girls and shit, and like yelling at them, beating up some dudes. But him trafficking women, like I didn't think like P Diddy was trafficking girls and shit. I didn't think he even had it like that. But once again, like you never know. And when the newscast came to his residencies at these places, the neighbors all came out and they said the same thing. They were having parties every night, which I'm not surprised, as you see from all the footage. When you look up P. Diddy, he's having parties at his crib, and they thought nothing of it. And they thought they see women come through there all the time, left and right. Thought nothing of it. Needless to they know, that's people getting human trafficked. Some of them are probably minors, probably people trying to buy drugs and this and that. You honestly never know at this point with P. Diddy. It seems like this man has a whole maniacal plan behind for what he got going on. Like I sort of feel bad, but I can't, because like there's just so much evidence against him. It's hard to like deny it, especially for the simple fact that there's more lawsuits coming out from this. So I don't know what's gonna happen, y'all. I think we're gonna see more stuff come out from P. Diddy. I think P. Diddy's gonna have a rough 2024. I think he might be going to jail this year. This gonna be the last year we're gonna hear no P. Diddy. This is gonna be the last time we're gonna hear a P. Diddy album, the Love album, or hear any music from him for a while, because at this point this dude's MIA. And for the record, we're just assuming he's in Florida because he got stopped there because his plane. Now, doesn't mean he didn't fly somewhere else now that, people already heard about this whole raid, the plane that was flown to Antigua that he wasn't on, and then him getting stopped at the airport, and then his boy Brandon getting stopped at the airport for trying to transport drugs. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he left Florida by now and went to California somewhere at this point, or back to New York, or God knows where. Like I said, the feds have the flight logs, so no matter where he goes, they're gonna know. They may not know the exact location, but they'll know the state and know where you're checking in. They'll have everything electronic that you have near you, on you, that you own in your name, tracked to the T, so they'll know. The feds don't play, y'all. And this is what I'm saying. P. Diddy definitely knew they was coming. That's why he had them send that plane. He knew they was coming. He knew they was coming. Something told him to not be at the crib at any of his residencies. I wonder why, right? And no one thinks that's suspicious, the fact that when they raided all three of his cribs in different states, all at the same time, too, he wasn't nowhere to be found. And still to this day, no one and no news source or no blog source has said where he was when they raided. Why isn't no one talking about that? So where was P. Diddy when they raided? Where was he? The studio? Someone's crib? Where was he? Like that's like a main point that people need to understand. The fact that he got raided and no one know where the fuck he was. The only people that got it literally in cuffs were his kids, the workers that worked at those places in the residencies that were, they're like people that are there for maintenance and, his maids and whatnot. But other than that, P. Diddy was nowhere to be found. And even when he was found, like his lawyer said in the document or on that little, statement she gave to the public, he cooperated with the police. He already spoke with them. He's not in handcuffs. Neither is his family no more. They're not a flight risk, so they can travel out of state or out of the country. So clearly, there's something going on. And I'll be honest with you, whether he is just cooperating with the feds or spoke to them, I bet you he told them something, or I bet something else is going on deeper than what this is. So I'm gonna get off this, y'all. I'm gonna start going live. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And at the end of the day, y'all, like, I'm just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Seriously, like, everything with P. Diddy's property and Homeland Security, now that the feds have been on the property, is basically now all just part of an investigation. So he's probably not even gonna go back to his cribs, any of his cribs at all. Straight up. I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. I don't think he's gonna go to any of his cribs, honestly. And I don't blame him. So at this point, ain't no point. He's a walking target. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna get off this. You guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think. You guys check out GloCartel merch. I'm gonna go on live stream tomorrow night. I'm gonna talk more about what's going on with Sean Diddy Combs, man. We're gonna start talking about some stuff in Chicago soon, because a lot of the people have been DMing me on Instagram, telling me they want me to speak on O-Block stuff and stuff going on with Glow Gang, because I be, you know what I mean, chopping it up with the Glow time to time, and stuff with OTF and Chop Squad and Young Chop. So we're gonna start getting into stuff like that, you know. And I got some stories too about what times that I've met with Chop Squad and stuff. I met with Chop Squad and Young Chop twice, but we've worked on the internet for a couple years and stuff. So we'll get into that later over the next live. So you guys hit the like button, share this video, like, comment, subscribe, stay posted. I got more content coming soon. Subscribe to the GloCartel. Stay posted.